And the lesson today is you never give up. And the coaches have a chance to galvanize a group and say, here's what's possible if we'll all buy in. It happened in Gainesville. It happened at the Rose Bowl. It can happen anywhere as long as you believe. And that was your message just a little bit ago. Believe. I love what I saw today in terms of that.
Jerry DiNardo texted me earlier, and I sent this text to you early in the week. Tell Rick his son is a hell of a coach. That kid comes.
We did it, boys. We did it. The Pavia, MattBeGreat's, whatever, Vanderbilt, Vanderdiddy, whatever you want to call it, curse is over. It is over. Took 365 days, a year, to get our get back, to get our revenge. This jersey you're looking at right here, I'm not wearing it because I want to. Part of the punishment, I had to buy it after what happened last year. I lost a bet. It was sitting in the very back left corner of the man cave almost the entire off season, haunting me like the Green Goblin mask from Spider-Man. It's over now. I can rest peaceful at night. On a serious note, I am very, very, very pleased with how we played. We got to clap it up. We got to pick up the mood of the video. Clap it up. Everybody clap it up. Game just got done wrapping up. And hey, Deputy Bobby, I see you. I see you eating that family-sized bag of sour cream and onion chips. You need to put them down and hit the treadmill, buddy. But anyways, it's Saturday. You know, it's a cheat day. I ain't going to hold you to it too much. Florida lost. We're going to make a separate reaction video talking about that, so if you're looking for that, don't worry. Have I ever let you down? How many videos do we post every Saturday, Timothy and Bobby? 3 to 4. Calm down, I'll get to it, I can get to it. Also, Penn State. Look, one day y'all going to believe me, they're irrelevant. And James Franklin, he's not a fraud, he just sucks. One day, but don't worry, that rant's coming. That rant's coming. We got to talk about Alabama versus the Commodores. Man, there's a lot to talk about. 23 to 14. Who would have thought? A little low scoring. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, no. We scored a touchdown at the end. My fault. 30 to 14. My prediction was 35 to 24. I got pretty close. I knew it was going to be a close game. I had a friend of mine. Well, yeah, I'll consider a business associate. How about that? Said, Matt, what do you think about the game? I said, I had Alabama winning 35-24. And he said, nah, that's a ridiculous score, man. I got Bama 42 to 14. What? 42 to 14? Tell me you don't know ball? I was about to say, well, don't tell me you don't know ball, but... Oh, wait. Yeah, I guess I would. Yeah, tell me you don't know ball without saying you don't know ball. 42 to 14. If any Bama fan thought Alabama was just going to blow the brakes off of the fighting Diego Pavias and the Commodores, you're casual. Vanderbilt, I get it. It's a hard concept to grasp. They are a good football team. They are good. Let's clap it up to the visitors. Very good. Solid fan base. Shout out to the nerds. Respectable fan base. Not the biggest one, but respectable. There's many places we could start with this. First things first. Don't worry, I'm going to pull up the stats in just a second. Red zone. Look, I hate to nitpick. You know what? Let me chill. Let's talk about the good. We started out the game. We're moving the ball good, and it's 4th and 1. We got the play action. I didn't really mind the call. I didn't mind going for it. It would have been like a 50-yard. I mean, it's 4th and 1. Early in the game, maybe if it's later in the game, you kick it. 0-0. We was moving the ball at ease. We weren't really struggling, didn't really get chunk plays, but we're getting 5-7 yards a pop. You could say, well, why don't we just ground and pound it? Well, that's what Vanderbilt expects. See, you can never win. If you run it on 4th and 1 and get stuffed, everybody, what are they saying in the comments? Why would you run it on 4th and 1? They knew you were going to run it. You should have done the pass. It's a lose-lose. It doesn't matter what you do there. Ty Simpson, he gets picked off. It was a good play by the corner. He thought he was going with the, the streak route. He went with the corner. Not too much to say about that. However, Vanderbilt, a couple of plays, moving it, getting some first downs, and I think it was it Damani Jackson or one of them hit the wrong gap, and then the running back broke off the 65-yarder, just like that at 7-0. And I'm sitting here, I was actually downstairs at the beginning of that, and I'm going, deja vu. Remember last year, started out with a pick 6 by Miro. You look up, it's 14-0. Vanderbilt was moving it at ease. But give credit to our defense. We came back. Or actually, on the very next possession, what did we do? Let's talk about that. Moving it again at ease. But we get in Vanderbilt's territory. We got, a 48-yard? Yeah, it was a 48-yarder. We kick it. Connor Talty, he misses. It is what it is. But we're moving it, so I'm feeling pretty good about the offense. Defense, what do you know? They force a fumble. It was looking like Vanderbilt, bare minimum. They was in the red zone. Was going to go up 10-0. Lawson forces a fumble on Pavia. That was big. We go down, get a touchdown. 7-7. I'm like, all right. We chilling. The remainder of the half was kind of stagnant on offense. Vanderbilt. What about this? This should get talked about more. Vanderbilt's driving before half. There's a minute and some change to go. It's about a minute 40-ish. DeBoer, instead of letting Vanderbilt milk the clock out, was burning his timeouts. And I was actually thinking about this. We should almost let them score, because if we wouldn't have let them score and they would have got a third down, there would have been like 20 seconds left. So either Vanderbilt scores a field goal or a touchdown, and they're up regardless at half. They score. Ty Simpson, beautiful 2-minute drive with no timeouts, by the way. What was Vanderbilt's defense doing there? I have no idea. I would have had the mentality of keep everything in front of you in the field of play. If they get 3, who cares? We get ball at half. I'll take a 14-10 lead at Alabama. Plus the field goal kicker been a little shaky for Bama. He just missed one. But no, Ty Simpson beams one. Jeremy Bernard, he does his little celebration. 14-14 at half. I'm like, all right, we're chilling. Not too happy, not too displeased. I was kind of happy with the defense, kind of not. Some things I was worried about. I was like, I don't know. Are we going to be able to stop in the second half? And boy, did we. They didn't score. Did not score. Good adjustments there. We picked off Pavia in the second. Look, yet again, red zone turnovers. Who would have thought Pavia is the main reason Vanderbilt lost? He threw an interception, pick it off. But here's the storyline for Alabama on offense. We moved it at ease. I have no idea how many total yards we had. I'll put it up on the whiteboard in just a second. But man, we moved it great. And you look up, we only got 23 points. Felt like we was leaving some, not chips on the table, but is that the saying? Maybe it is chips on the table. We was leaving, points on the table. So I'm like, I can't be too mad. We're at least getting the field goal. Shout out to Connor Talty. Yeah, they were short, but he still made them. It secured the win when we went up 20. Oh, wait, what about this? 2014, 3rd-and-1. Give it to your best player. Oh, you think I'm talking about Ty Simpson? No. You think I'm talking about Jeremy Bernard? No. Ryan Williams? No. You think I'm talking about Jim Miller? No. Give it to the beast. Caden Proctor. You can't make it up. Ryan Grubb, you are a demon, my boy. You are a demon. Caden Proctor, it was funny because it was 3rd-and-1. They handed off to Proctor on the fullback dive. He actually got hit in the backfield, but he's just, 6'7", what is he, 300 plus pounds? Good luck stopping him from falling forward. He falls forward. He's so tall, he literally fell 3 yards. No lie. Good play call there, I guess. Just give it to your best offensive weapon whenever you need it. And what's really interesting about on a serious note, the Proctor play calling and the plays he's had in the recent games is they have come in huge moments. The Georgia one, it's Georgia. Every play was big in that one. And this one, 3rd-and-1 against Vanderbilt, got to chew 2 more minutes off the clock. Yeah, I know Ryan Williams kind of fell and dropped that one at the end, but it didn't matter. We were in field goal range. If you get a field goal, extend it from 20 to 14, or from 20-14 to 23-14, the game's over. You're up by 9. Vanderbilt would have had to score. They only had 2 timeouts. they'd had to score, get onside kick, and score again. Wasn't likely. The only bad thing I can say about Alabama in this game, defense was great. Clap it up again in the second half. Just everybody did their assignment. This Alabama team is so much better than last year. You can see it. And it would have been really disappointing or really weird, more so, if we would have lost, because I would have still said the same thing I'm saying right now. This Alabama team's different. Just so more. I know this ain't the right saying, but I was about to say so more disciplined, but just much more disciplined. Everybody's keyed in on their guy. We sacked Pavia a couple times. Did we sack him last year? I don't know. Everybody's locked in. We picked him off. He only had one INT, but we picked him off once. They called a hold, and then Xavier Brown almost had another one at the end. He was clamped up. He didn't look that good. I mean, he looked like a deer in headlights. He looked very uncomfortable, but that's what you got to do. You got to make him uncomfortable. Last year, he looked like Johnny Manziel. He had the swagger, doing all the dance and the first down celebrations. He wasn't doing none of that today. And much respect to Pavia. He's an outstanding, not just quarterback, but competitor. Got so much respect for him in his game. He's a really good college football player. One of the best quarterbacks in the nation, not just the SEC. Alabama defense, they came to play. I can't say enough good things about them. They got stops. If you would have told me heading into this matchup we were only going to have 23 points, I would have been worried, because I don't think 23 is enough for any team out there to beat Vanderbilt more times than not. But it was today. It was more than enough. Defense did what they got to do. Is there anything else I need to touch on besides, the red zone? We got to be better there. 3 field goals. It's good you got the field goals. It's good you moved the ball. But when we got inside the 30, even outside the field goal drives, we just stagnant. Ty Simpson, if you want to nitpick, he took a couple of bad sacks. But I don't really know if you can hold that against him, because there was 1 3rd and 5 where he probably should have thrown it away, stayed in bounds, tossed it to Isaiah Horton, got a good first down. That's how he plays. We can't have the negative plays. There are, at least I counted 2 to 3 times where it's 1st and 10, we're driving, and then boom, we get sacked or negative play, and now it's 2nd and 16. At that point in time, the defense is in prevent mode, and you're probably not going to get a conversion there, or you're just behind the 8 ball. We can't do that. We did a couple of times in the Georgia game, but got away with it because Ty Simpson's one of the best quarterbacks in the nation himself. Probably your Heisman front runner with Mateer being out. That's the only bad thing I got to say. I love the effort. The fans, I don't know if I've ever said this on a video in the history of my channel. The fans were amazing. I got to clap it up to the fans. So loud, so passionate. It seems like Alabama fans aren't taking winning for granted, and they know how hard it is, especially in the new NIL era, the new transfer portal era. Outside of that, not too much more to say. We'll get into these stats. Vanderbilt, they're Vandy. Is there really anything you can say, like, complaining-wise, if you're a Vandy fan? You went on the road. I'm not going to say one of, but it is a pretty hostile. It just gets loud in there. Over 100,000 people. Alabama is the best college football program of all time. They got a really good team. You lost by, I know they lost 30 to 14. It was really 23 to 14. That late one at the end's like, whatever. You played good. You competed. You put the ball in your star quarterback's hands, and he lost you the game. Pavia had, like I said, the fumble. You don't fumble that. You're probably going to score a touchdown. Bare minimum, you're getting 3. Then he threw the interception on 1st and 10. You live by Pavia, die by him. We'll say this, he didn't have his best showing, fortunately enough for Alabama, but it's always a double-edged sword, because you can't get up here and say, well, Pavia was trash today, he had those turnovers. Well, you also got to give credit to Bama's defense. They were prepared for him. Last year, not prepared. I will say one of the most frustrating things about the Vanderbilt team, and this is the last thing I'm going to say before we get into the whiteboard stuff, we can be erasing as I'm talking. That dang shovel pass. At first, it pissed me off. I'm like, because it was 3rd and 10, it got him a first down before half. I'm like, man, how do we get beat on a shovel pass on 3rd and 10? And they did it again on the same drive and scored the touchdown on it. And I'm like, golly, we can't stop this shovel pass. We know it's coming. Stowers killed us on it last year 2 times. But then I rewinded. I watched it a couple times. And I'm going to keep it a Fortnite V-Buck with you. I don't even know how you stop that shovel pass. You got to look at how they design it. So the guy who's got Pavia, he actually did his assignment. Because if nobody stops Pavia, well, he just runs it. We had a guy on Pavia. Check. Everybody does their assignment. Well, then the middle linebacker, or the outside linebacker, whichever one, has the running back, you're waiting for him where you normally are. He was there. But here's why it's so hard to stop, because you got linemen blocking downfield, and those linemen wind up taking the linebacker. Therefore, no one's there for the running back. It's such a difficult play to stop. If you're not, nobody's really prepared for it, but I think Alabama players know what's going to happen. It's just one of those. I think if it's like a pick and roll in basketball. If it's perfectly, lost focus. If it's perfectly executed, GG's in the chat, you're not stopping it. One of my favorite sayings in basketball is, great defense triumphs. Did I say defense? Great offense, my apologies, triumphs good defense. It always will. You can play the best defense of your life on, how tall is Kevin Durant? Is he 6'10 or 6'11? You can play the best defense of your life. Be jumping at him. But it's KD. He's going to shoot it over your head, and there's nothing more you could do. It's not that you had bad defense. It's just, like I said, good defense or good offense. Matt, learn how to talk. You would think after making 5,000 videos, you can learn how to talk. Sorry, guys. Maybe one day I'll get good at it. Great offense triumphs good defense. God. You know, I'm very fortunate. We got a good community. Because I don't know how some people watch me. I'll pull up these stats, and I'll be back in a minute. All right, let's see if we can keep that out of the glare a little bit. That should be pretty good. I'm confused when I wrote this down. It says he had 2 interceptions. I thought he only had 1. I know we picked him off and they called it back, and then Xavier Brown dropped it. Am I missing something? No, he didn't throw a pick at the end of the buzzer. I don't remember Pavia having 2 interceptions, guys. I don't. It's not that big of a deal, but 21-36, 198 yards, one-eyed. Oh my gosh. Am I the worst YouTuber known to mankind? Big dummy. 1 touchdown, 2 INTs. That's good. Here's what won you the game. That is not Pavia's bread and butter. He is not that great of a passer. He's a good passer, more than capable. Not a great one. Big difference. So what do you like to see? I don't know how many attempts he had last year, but I can guarantee you this, it wasn't 36. This number, it shows you that Alabama stopped the rushing attack. We'll pull up the rushing yards in just a second. Simpson, another Heisman-worthy performance, 23 for 31, 340 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. INT wasn't really that bad. It was what we call an arm punt. Speaking of arm punts, DJ Ugabadoogie Lagway and Arch Manning had multiple arm punts in their game. Let's pull up the other stats. We'll do this in live time. We'll go rushing. How about we go, we'll go rushing right here. Rush yards. I know Miller had over 100. But outside of that, I don't think we got much out of Riley and the supporting cast. Vanderbilt had 19 carries for 135. Pavia actually was good on the ground, 12 carries for 58. We'll go 135. I was going to write down some more. Alabama had, beat Vanderbilt on the ground. That's good. 146. Jim Miller had most of those. 130. Okay, so he had all but 10. What I like to see, Jim Miller is a monster. Yeah, y'all should see that pretty good. Alabama, you're going to hear me continue to say it. Ty Simpson even mentioned it at the end of the game. We got to be better at running the ball. We're not a great rushing team, but I think that's by design, kind of. Because if you look at the history of Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer, they've never had good rushing teams. Washington wasn't good at running the football. We're a passing team. And those little short bubble screens and all the trickeration we do, those are the runs. Sometimes they're not considered runs, but I think DeBoer and, Grubb, consider them that way. Let's go to total yards. I bet Alabama had 550 total yards. We had 26 first downs. Vandy had 16. We were 7 for 15 on third down. A great third down performance. Vandy was 5 for 11. We had 486 total yards. Vanderbilt had 333. They had 2 INTs. I'm still trying to figure out where that other one came from. We had 1. And they also had the fumble. Time of possession. Ooh. We got to write this down. We'll go T-O-P. We'll go under here. T-O-P. Vanderbilt. This is why they won last year, because they dominated in time of possession. Bama. You know what? I'm glad I remember this. Or brought this up. Hope we can see that way there at the bottom. Bama had the ball for 37 minutes. Last year, we couldn't get off the field on third down. We couldn't stop them from running the ball. And when you can't stop a team from running the ball, they're going to milk the clock. This year was different. In the second half, Vanderbilt didn't have that many possessions. Sure, they didn't score, but heck. Ty Simpson, that one drive where we got the field goal at the end of the game, it was like 8 minutes. I love to see it, man. I love to see it. There's many more things I could say. This video, wow, it's already been super long. Hopefully you guys won't mind too much. Need to hurry up and end it. Great showing. Why am I moving this? I'm just going to use it for the other videos. We'll leave it right there. Great showing from Alabama. I'm just pleased, man. I'm pleased. And it's not so much about the win, it's how we looked. You can win and not be pleased. That is the thing, at least for me. We played hard. This looks like a playoff team. It does. Last year, after the Tennessee game, after the Vandy, after the Oklahoma game, it didn't look like a playoff team. It didn't. This year, we look really good. Many more things I could say. Come on back later. We got so many videos we're going to film. Let me know your thoughts down below. But